The first round of President Trump's promise to repeal and replace Obamacare has been checked off the list. The new bill passed in the House, but it has a long way to go before it lands on Trump's desk for his signature. Dr. Lee Hanna, an assistant professor of political science at Wright State University, joins me this morning. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks once again for coming in. So obviously this is being considered a big win for President Trump, and you saw it was a very celebratory atmosphere at the White House yesterday. How big of a win is it for Trump, though, given how much more there needs to be done?
Yes, so they circled back to this. Many people thought they were going to move on to tax reform or infrastructure, and this really came quickly and kind of snuck up on a lot of people watching. And it just seems like that both Pence and Trump just felt like they couldn't move forward without having a victory here. And so they, in the background over the last 6 weeks, have been trying to figure out what it would take to bring everyone on board. So it is big to get the House to vote on this. However, there's a whole new battle to come in the Senate.
Yeah, what can we expect from that battle in the Senate?
So for one thing, in the House they had about 23 votes to spare, and in the Senate that's going to drop to 2 more than likely. I can't imagine a Democrat coming over and voting for this. So it's going to be 52 to 48 as they have this battle. And you also have an issue, this is, since it's a legislative task and perhaps they're changing policy in some significant ways, they might even have to go to a 60-vote supermajority. That will be up to the Senate parliamentarian for those who really care.
All right, before we get to some of the specifics of the plan itself and what it means to the consumer, one thing that you did take away from that is the fact that there was that chant of na 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 hey hey goodbye that the Democrats made on the House floor. What is the historical background and significance of that, and what are they saying? Yeah,
it's actually a pretty funny story, and it's a bit of gamesmanship. But in 1993, when the Clintons' first tax bill went through the House, members of the GOP gave the same chant to those members, and at that point, it was they were onto something because they picked up 55 seats the next during the midterms in '94. It was just a huge swing towards the Republicans, and so the Democrats are expecting the same thing. They think that Republican members who voted for this will pay in many
midterms
cases.
In November 2018. All right, the plan itself. What does this mean for the consumer? Because we've been saying all morning long that this could mean upwards of 24 million Americans by 2016 not having coverage.
Yes, so the CBO, which does a kind of a nonpartisan just assessment of what it will cost on the initial bill, and this one's changed a little bit, but you're right, about 24 million people uninsured. I think where that's going most, and there's still a lot to be determined, but will be those Medicaid recipients who are just over that poverty line threshold. The Obamacare moved the thresholds up a bit and to where they could get more affordable health care, and so you're going to see some tightening there. And then also there are some questions about premiums for people with pre-existing conditions and these high-risk pools that states may set up. One thing that's interesting is just how much it looks like this bill puts more discretion at the state level. So as we watch the 2018 governor's race, as we watch Kasich and Portman and others kind of make public statements about this, that may give us a picture of what it may look like in Ohio moving forward.
For those who have a lot of concerns, should they be concerned right now, given how much could potentially change as it goes through, potential amendments in the Senate and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely just as a good citizen to pay attention, and especially to pay attention to maybe those interest groups that support, the things that you care most about, is certainly an important thing to do. I think what's really difficult is as we have these huge public debates, insurance companies, healthcare providers, they're kind of in limbo as well, and so they're having a hard time kind of, knowing what's next. And I'd be curious to know just what that does in terms of just the cost of health care, just as they are anticipating a lot of different scenarios.
All right, well, certainly something we'll continue to follow as it heads to the Senate now. Dr. Lee Hanna of Wright State University, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.